This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about the next match. It's Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. And I don't know. This is an interesting deal because we've got the whole crowd in tune with Matt Hardy doing the delete and the obsolete thing. Bray Wyatt, of course, it's really coming into his own now. We started to see glimpses of what Bray was capable of even a few years prior to this. I think at 9 minutes and 55 seconds, Matt Hardy gets the win, which is not something you would probably see in 2020. I don't think he's won a match this year yet, as he's probably finishing up on WWE TV. 2 stars, 9 minutes and 55 seconds. What'd you think?
Well, check the record books. Had Bray won a match on a pay-per-view in recent memory during that period?
No, not in that era. He was cold. They polished him up with the Fiend, but he was not on a hot streak here.
Yeah, that you go back and look at the record. I mean, I remember hearing about it. It's like, okay, so many pay-per-views, like 12 or something in a row, Bray Wyatt had lost. You don't lose yourself. You don't lose your way into getting over in this business.
Right.
You know, Matt Hardy, how many matches had he won prior to this? The delete thing was cool. It was different. It was audience participation, but God, you got to win a match occasionally. And that was just a match between two guys who, you know, were talented. And, you know, the people love Matt Hardy. And I think Bray Wyatt had a better grasp of the Bray Wyatt character as much as anybody I've ever seen. I mean, all that came from him. All those promos that were from some other dimension that he used to cut when he was with the Wyatts, and all that stuff that made you just think, holy God, what's going on in this guy's mind? He came up with all that. That was all him. He's a creative guy. And he's a good worker too. So it was a combination of two guys that couldn't win a match. Who's going to win? Okay, hooray.
Let's talk a minute about, you know, what we're seeing with these two characters. In this era, we're seeing, you know, the obsolete and delete, the broken, or I guess it was woken Matt Hardy. What'd you think of that character from Matt?
It was a little abstract for me. You know, and it came from a time when he was with TNA or something.
Yep.
And he was allowed to run with it and come up with his own stuff. I just remember, you know, seeing one of the episodes of the show, and they had friggin' helicopters or something in the back, and they were chasing Jeff down on a motorcycle, or some hijinks was going on. I mean, it was hilarious. It was hilarious stuff, but it was meant to be off the wall, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, that's where it came from, but you know, they had free reign over the characters, you know, to bring it to WWE and just have it be PG or woken light or whatever it was. It's like anything else. It is what it is.
Did you ever own a dilapidated boat?
Never owned a boat.
What about these days? The Bray Wyatt character, the Fiend. What do you think of that?
Well, he's been reborn. It's a creepy looking character, that's for sure. And he's being used a bunch better, which is a good thing. And you know, I just very seldom do you see a guy that's been around that long that's able to switch gimmicks, who hasn't had that successful of a run, no fault of his own, and make it a huge success. And it looks like he's doing about as good as you can with the cards he's been dealt.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.